Welcome back to The Local Show, a service of Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show, locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now, here are your hosts, Tom and Steve.
You found it. You've got The Local Show right here on 570 WSYR, 106.9 FM, and of course on YouTube, celebrating our 52nd video since we've been in the new building here.
And if I were to count shows, it would have to be, it's certainly several hundred.
500
4 years, you do the math, whatever the heck it was.
How many did you show up for?
You take a vacation day here or there, and you get accused of taking a vacation every week. Well, Tom, when you're my age,
yes,
I'll be older.
In a year,
Wait, a year apart?
In another year. I think we're about a year apart. Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do math that well.
I know.
I'm in March. When's your birthday?
November.
Yeah. Oh, you're in November. Okay.
Yeah.
And how old are you going to be? You're going to be 61?
I'll be 61. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm not 60 yet. I'm 59.
Yeah.
So I'll be 60 in March.
You were what? Graduate high school, 82?
82.
Yeah, I was 80.
Yeah. Okay.
Class of 80 was grady. It didn't catch on, but it sounded stupid.
It sounds like fun.
So quick, 10 seconds. If you're going to buy a mattress, go over to Mattress Makers. Charlie, we had them on a bit ago. Running the sale this weekend. Bridge Street, behind Henry Wilson Jewelers and across from Chick-fil-A. You're buying from the factory. You go anywhere else, you're paying way too much.
That's right. All right. Speaking of labor and days, let's talk with Michael Johnson right now. He's the owner of Pro Snow Removal. He is a laborer, there's no doubt. He is a hardworking guy. How are you, Michael?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here. Mike, you were the high point of my construction stuff.
Wait, I'm going to interrupt. Just to be clear, his construction stuff was a train wreck. It'd be like the high point of Armageddon, but go ahead. Go ahead.
You did a great job. But tell people your history first and about your company.
Yeah, so started off as a snow plowing business, fresh out of high school, fresh out of college, and just kind of evolved into a bunch of outdoor trades from there. We got into the landscaping, the property service, and then really kind of honed in and found our niche, our passion, which was outdoor living spaces.
Right. You do a great job. So Michael came over to the house, and his process was, hey, what are you guys looking for? He looked around the backyard, and it wasn't just, me trying to come up with ideas. He had ideas, and he said, hey, this would look good with this, that, and the other thing, and gave us a couple of different options. And what I liked the best was that you designed it in whatever that software was. It looked like it was part of the house, so we could really visualize it. And I was like, well, yeah, I want that.
Well, isn't that the difference between being a partner and being a vendor?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and he was able to do it all. But here's the thing about his business with your guys. Now, you can't be everywhere at once, obviously, right? So you got a lot of jobs going on, big and small and stuff. And I saw on your Facebook page, how do you get to your Facebook page? What will they look up?
Just type in Pro Snow Removal or Go Pro Snow. It'll come right up.
Okay. And he's got beautiful pictures and some good videos on process and all that. But the people he sent were clean, neat, communicative, hi, Mr. Soccocio, how are you?
Nothing like you.
Nothing like me. No, and I came out in my T-shirt with a beer.
Not even a good beer.
But in all seriousness, they were so accommodating, and they worked so fast and accurate. I was shocked. I was just surprised at how well they worked together, and you've got processes that I've never seen before, and equipment like that piece of gear that's like a big arm that sucks up the bricks.
The Unilift. Yep.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. They don't have to lift them all themselves and everything. Of course, you'd be as big as Arnold Schwarzenegger. You did that every day.
Well, so Tom, I was over there a few weeks ago, and Tom was
you saw the patio.
Showing off your work, and he goes, "Come here." And I went out, and And I just like the way that it like bowed out into the lawn. It wasn't like this, like a deck. Everybody squares things off and everything. And I said, Tom, that's cool. He goes, yeah, it wasn't my idea. That was Mike's. And then the large rocks.
The steps and
right, but the big rocks, they're like in the landscaping.
Oh yeah, the Onondaga stone, right?
Yeah. That absolutely beautiful. I think sometimes people use the little tiny. It was gorgeous.
Well, Mike knows his business, and that's what is so impressive. And here's the thing, and I saved your messages. I have a couple of messages from Mike where it was just, and I'm assuming you do this with all your customers, not just because it was me. And he called up and, hey, Tom, how you doing? The guys are over there. They should be finishing up tomorrow. And he would give a status. And it was just a check-in.
It's a very non-contractor.
Yeah, very. And I'm like, wow, this guy's right on top of it. And every time I texted this man, I mean, it was 10:30 at night sometimes. And
how annoying are you?
Well, I wasn't expecting him.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't expecting him to respond, but he would respond right away. Yeah, Tom, we'll get that taken care of.
Does that mean I can text you at 10:30 at night?
No, I don't want to know you. But Mike did a great job. So anyway, that was that. What kind of jobs do you have going now as we head into the summer is kind of setting and fall is happening?
Right now we're in like our second peak of the season, so we're ramping up. We're getting pretty busy, and we're making a rush before bad weather. So currently we're working in Syracuse over in the Scott Home area, and working on some retaining walls, some steps, and landscaping and stuff like that.
Right.
And then we've got a couple deck projects coming up in the next couple weeks.
When you say decks, you do wooden decks too?
Yeah, well, primarily I like to do PVC decks. Like AZAC or TimberTech, something like that.
What are those things? I don't know what those are.
So AZAC is a PVC material. It's solid, basically solid plastic. Doesn't absorb any water or moisture. It won't warp or twist.
So they don't have to stain it and to go through all the things with.
Correct. Yeah, super easy to clean. And then you have like that would be like your better option, right? Your option just below that, your good option would be like your TimberTech or your Trex, which people are familiar with those names because of places like Home Depot and Lowe's. And they're a composite deck, which is basically compacted, high dense sawdust with a vinyl sleeve, so those are gonna expand and contract and absorb water and over time not look that great. So I like to use a better product. I really firmly believe if you have the best product and you have the best warranty and you have the best service, you really can't go wrong.
It's incredible how fast you work too. How many people you have working for you?
My employment workforce right now is down 50% from what it was last year. Wow. So workforce has been a really thing. You were talking about my guys and my employees, and I've always been a firm believer that the company's only as good as the people that work for the company. Yeah. You talked about they were clean and they were communicative and they were efficient and they were accurate. I can't just hire anybody these days. And a lot of companies that I talk to are struggling to hire good help. So we do what we have to do, and we fine tune things. And I'm very fortunate for the guys we have. We're like one big family, one big team. And we just do this, and we have our processes like you talked about. Yep. And it makes things go a lot smoother. You'd be surprised how much you could get done with 2 guys versus 4 guys.
Yeah. And they just work so efficiently.
I know you were Tom, in our private conversation was talking about how excited he was. And he had challenges in the kitchen and challenges on all the other projects, all the other things he was doing. But he goes like, this part,
that was the best part.
So great. If you can make Tom happy, I'll finish the sentence. You can make anybody happy.
That's wonderful. So people can still get involved with you right now and maybe get a quote on some things getting into the fall, and maybe they can get on the roster for spring. Yeah,
we're still booking outdoor living spaces now. We'll probably do those right into November, hopefully, maybe December, depending on the weather. And then we'll transition over into our interior remodeling services, basements and kitchens and baths and stuff like that.
Excellent. That's Michael Johnson right there. I highly recommend him, from my perspective. And I think he had a great reputation before me, but he'll continue that. Owner of Pro Snow Removal, GoProSnow.com. Don't be confused by the name. They do a lot more than snow. Thank you very much, Michael. You have a great rest of the day.
You too.
All right. Coming up next, Louis Greco, comedian and founder of the Uncle Louie Variety Show, right here on the local show on 570 WSYR.